Hey, Tony Gaskins back again. And I want to talk to you about the money trap. The money trap again. You know what? I was talking to some very wealthy men. So you got rich, then you got wealthy. And I was talking to some wealthy men, and I was talking to them about a credit score. This was the craziest thing. I was talking to them about a credit score, and I was like, man, my credit was so bad. Oh, nice. Cool, buddy. Play with it. Play with your PJ Masks. Sorry, my son. I was talking to him about a credit score, and the wealthy gentleman said to me, "What is a credit score?" I tell you no lie. He said, "What is a credit score?" I'm like a FICO score, like your credit. He's like, "What is that?" I was like, "Huh?" You know why? Because he's bought everything in cash since he could buy anything. Because when he came into money in his 30s, so and has had money ever since, is in his 70s now. So 40 years ago, I'm guessing maybe they didn't have credit scores. I'm guessing. But he didn't know what it was. And he buys everything cash, and if he can't buy it cash, he doesn't buy it. And his children are the same way. And I was like, wow. But see, here's the thing. We get into these credit cards, and we get these credit cards, and now we start battling with these credit cards, and the way they do it, as you know, is that again is a part of the trap. So you got to choose. You got to choose. If you're going to have credit cards, you got to be amazing at it. You have to be amazing. So you have to pay everything on time. You got to stay under a certain amount of usage. Most people say 30%. I've heard some people say 10%. You got to stay under a certain amount of usage. You got to pay everything on time. Some stuff you can even pay it off a little early. You got to pay the, card off, but don't close it. All these different tricks, If you have a late payment, your score drops 40 points. It takes time. It's on there. If you try to get some credit, that is a hard inquiry, and that stays on there for 2 years. If you owe somebody and it goes into collection, that stays on there for 7 years. So who goes through these issues? People who have money issues. People who don't have enough money, so they go to a credit card not having enough money. They have no money, so they go to the credit card, get a credit card for $300, pay it on time because it's easy to manage. You get bumps up to $700, keep paying it, gets bumped up to $1,000, keep paying it, get bumps up to $1,500, $2,000, $3,000. Now eventually you got more money than you can manage. So now you see something you want, and because you're broke-minded, because of either the way you were raised or the way you've chosen to live, you broke-minded, so now you got a lot more credit than you actually can afford. So you take that and you go buy stuff and you charge up the money. Now bills start to hit and you start to build bigger bills, and now you can't manage your bills. So now you can't manage your bills, now you can't manage your card. So now you've just been sucked into the trap. So now you have a late payment, another late payment, another late payment. Now you're so swamped on this one card, you go and get another card. You get 2 cards, you get 3 cards, you get 4 cards. You do every card the same way. Now the next thing you know, you maxed out on every card. See, I've been there. I know you probably been there too. I've been there. Now you maxed out on every card. So now because you're maxed out, you also get penalized for being maxed out. So now you're getting penalized for being maxed out, and you're getting penalized for being late. And you're getting penalized for not having a long, healthy credit history. And you're getting penalized for hard inquiries when you're trying to get more credit. So now, on this credit rating, you in the low 600s or high 500s, which you're doing bad. So now you need a car, they'll let you get in a car. But you get in a car, and instead of having a 2.25% interest rate, you have a 8%, a 10%, a 12%, 15%. Been there too. So now this car that you got for $20,000, you end up paying $30,000, $35,000, $40,000 for this car because of your interest rate. Why? Because you were late on your credit cards that you could not afford to have a few times. Again, the money trap. And I just want to share this with you because I want you to start thinking about it, because it sounds like common sense, but it's not common sense. And we make so many mistakes because we're trying to keep up with the Joneses, when we don't know what the Joneses bank account look like. We don't know what the Joneses stress is like at night. We don't know if the Joneses getting ready to file bankruptcy, but we keeping up with the Joneses. We're keeping up with the Joneses, and we're trying to impress people. As you've heard that quote, you know, something buying stuff you don't need to, or you can't afford to impress people you don't like, and something like that. But we're trying to impress people. We're trying to look a certain way. We're trying to look successful, but we broke on the inside. And man, I made that mistake over and over and over again. And finally came into the knowledge. But see, sometimes when you get that knowledge, it can feel like it's almost too late, because you dug yourself in such a hole that it's hard to climb out. And I'm telling you, I'm still climbing out. Even when you start making money, you still paying for the mistakes of the past. You still, you know, making mistakes. And now, not just you, but you've also conditioned the people around you. You've conditioned your kids that way. You've conditioned your spouse that way. Your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your uncle, your aunt, whoever who has been living with you or off of you, you've conditioned them that way. And this is just a cycle that we go through. And again, it's a money trap. So I want you to take some time, start looking around, going on some different YouTube videos about credit scores. You know, I be careful what you buy. I don't recommend buying anything, but just get all the free knowledge you can. And start really evaluating yourself. Why am I spending this? Why am I buying this? Why do I have this credit card? Why do I have this debt? Why am I driving this BMW, this Mercedes-Benz, this Range Rover, this G-Wagon? Why am I doing this? Who cares? And why do I care if they care about what I drive and what I wear? And if we can get the power to give ourselves the freedom to stop worrying about what other people say and how they think and feel about our lives, we truly become powerful. So hey, I just want to share that with you, because I know not everybody needs it, but it's somebody who needs it. It's some young people, some millennials, you know, in your early 20s, and you dreaming about that BMW or that Mercedes-Benz, and you're unhappy with your Nissan, you're unhappy with your Toyota. Stay where you are. Take that money, invest it, put it on the market, put it in a mutual fund, you know, and let it grow. Let your money grow. Take it and invest it in something, put it in an account, save it up, and buy you a little house, you know, in a low-income neighborhood, and somebody and collect rent on it. You know, you could do it fair. You could have good practices with it, but take your money, and instead of plopping down $20,000 on a new car, plop down $20,000 on something that's gonna make you money. Let your money make you money. And this, hey, I'm learning the hard way. You hear me? I had to learn the hard way. So I want to share this with y'all young folks, and even sometimes older folks who still caught in the cycle, still trapped in this materialistic trap that we get sucked into trying to keep up with the Joneses. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. God bless you. We'll talk soon.